Hello everyone, how's it going? I'm back with another message you to hear right now. Let's hop right into it and find out what message your angels have for you today. From the jump, I am hearing that you have a genuinity to you that really pisses people off. I feel like that's because there are so many people out there that don't move with good intentions. So when they meet someone like you, it just makes them angry. I just feel like there's so many people that are trapped in these dark, low vibrations that they don't even really know why it makes them angry to see you guys just doing you. But this message today is to remind you to just keep being yourself, because your light definitely makes an impact in so many people's lives. So don't worry about what these naysayers are doing. I feel like some of you out there are getting this message today because you realize there's certain people that want to take your worst moments and use it against you or even tarnish your reputation, but it's just not going to work. You guys are my light workers. You guys are my healers. If you're new here, welcome. You are on this planet just to speak your truth and do you. And if other people don't like it, that's really not your problem. I also feel like you constantly are just trying to help others and just make the world a better place. So God is always going to have your back. I feel like that also pisses people off because there's so many people out there, especially narcissistic people, that think they're the hero in every single story. I feel like you guys have realized that there is duality in a lot of different situations. You don't always paint yourself as the good guy. You just have a very good reputation because of the good that you've done for other people. But that makes people mad because it's like they can't really say anything bad against you, because at the end of the day, the worst they can say is that maybe their relationship with you didn't work out or their friendship with you. But when they try to say things about you that just aren't true, the truth always comes out, basically. So yeah, I'm hearing that God always has your back. The truth always comes out. And there's people that are just so dedicated to the lie that they've been believing about themselves and the world. They're going to direct their anger towards you. I feel like you guys also have realized that you can't control other people. All you can control is yourself and the changes that you make in your own life to better yourself. So there's just so many people out there that are just so used to blaming other people for their problems and not wanting to make changes. So you just run circles around these people while they're watching you and trying to put you down. You're elevating. And I feel like right now you're going through a huge shift. I actually heard a collective shift. So I feel like that is like everybody here who's watching, we're all going through a shift right now onto some new level here. And you're going to see some past people try to resurface. And I do feel like this is happening to kind of show you who's still up in your energy field and focused on you. I feel like you're going to have very weird encounters with like people from your past, and you're going to basically see them through new lenses. And I feel like, again, some of these situations are going to be people that you loved in the past, but now you're really seeing their true colors. And I feel like for some of you, you're just going to lose attraction altogether to a lot of these situations. And I feel that you guys have also kind of like are okay with the fact that you are the villain of other people's stories. That's the interesting thing. I feel like you have triggered a lot of narcissistic people because they care a lot what people think of them, and they're constantly trying to be fake and prove themselves to others. And I feel like if there was someone out there that just tried to ruin you or ruin your reputation, you just basically took yourself out of the situation and moved on with your life. And I feel like you guys are okay with the fact that people are going to say and do whatever about you because you can't control that. And honestly, people that continue to run their mouths about you months or years after their interactions with you have ended are people that are going to end up exposing themselves, because people can see that you're just doing you, trying to survive, helping others, making a positive impact. And what have they done throughout the course of their life to be able to speak on you, basically? So, you know, shout out to my people watching. Again, my collective is not for everybody, but I know my people out there, you guys try every single day to constantly help the people around you. And sometimes you get the back end of that, or you catch strays just because like you're just a light here. And also people are mad that you're exposing other people's lies just by being yourself. There are so many situations where can't even talk today because this message does not want to come out. There's people out there that want you guys to stop talking, to stop speaking, to stop showing up because your truth threatens their lies. There are people out there who are dedicated to just living a version of themselves that is not healthy. And there's people out there that are also dedicated to controlling others with the lies that they speak and the actions that they do. So when someone like you comes into the environment, whether it's work, whether it's family, whether it's friends, whether it's whatever you have going on, right? Whatever you expose there, it makes somebody mad, right? So there's a situation going on where maybe you just genuinely wanted to help somebody out, but there was someone around them that didn't want that person to win and succeed. So they tarnished your reputation to that other person. And for a lot of you guys, there's going to be situations where, unfortunately, these people don't see the truth and they get stuck in that situation with that bad person or that wrong person or whatever it is you want to call those people, low vibrational, narcissistic, right? And you just kind of have to take the L and move on. And that's what you guys do. I feel like people are quite shocked with how unfocused you are on other people. Yeah, that's what I'm hearing. you're really not focused on what other people are doing. And people may see that as a shock because at the time when you had situations with these other people, you were involved with trying to help them and you were involved with looking out for them. But once people really betray you, you just walk away and move on with your life. And a lot of you just have this philosophy, out of sight, out of mind. I'm trying to feel good. I'm trying to vibrate up. And when you're in energies of people or constantly checking up on people who lower your energy or lower your vibration, you're not going to feel good. My light workers, my healers, you guys are hypersensitive to energy. So you could sense when something is off. And honestly, you remove yourself from the situation because you energetically can't handle being around certain people, being in certain rooms, or even thinking about certain people. A lot of you guys out there refuse to even mention people by name because you don't want to manifest them or summon their energy. And if you don't know this, I'm letting you guys know this as well. Like, try not to talk about people from your past too much because you could actually manifest them by accident saying their name. I feel like there's so many people out there that are still thinking about you guys heavily. And when you are cord cutting and releasing, sometimes you can invite the energy back in accidentally just by thinking about people and just by talking about them. I know a lot of you guys know this, and there are certain times where you are bringing up past situations for learning purposes or to explain something that happened to someone, something about the past, and that energy can come through. And I feel like a lot of you are in a very highly sensitive state right now, and that's why I'm telling you this. This is not to make you paranoid. I feel like you guys are fully aware that there were people that tried to hurt you and bring you down, and you just continue to move on with your life. I feel like people want to believe that you are not genuine because the truth you speak threatens things that they are married to, like ideas they're married to, or something toxic, right? I feel like there's also people that want you out of the picture because when you enter somebody's life, you help them, you elevate them, and that requires them seeing around them who is no longer serving them. You also naturally just trigger people just by your vibration alone, and people genuinely feel good when they're around you. And some people out there are so dark that that triggers negative energies around them, the person just feeling good. So again, we're going to try to look at these people through the lens of forgiveness, but I know a lot of you guys have just been hurt so badly by so many people in your life. You're just trying to recover. You're just trying to do you. So I'm just encouraging you to keep going. And a lot of you are in this era where you are being comfortable with people making you out to be the bad guy because the best choice you had in a lot of these situations were to speak your truth, stand up for yourself, and move on with your life. And people who are narcissistic see this as you not caring about them because you're not checking up on them, but you refuse to revolve yourself around them or revolve your life around people and situations that don't want to see you win. And if somebody is constantly choosing people who don't want to see you win over you, you're not going to want to be around it. And you have to ask yourself, what about these people do they have in common? Because people should look at a room full of people that are toxic and low vibrational and say to themselves, I really don't fit in here. So if there's someone around you that you feel like you've lost to another toxic or negative person, that person also has to have accountability in their lack of being able to see that person's actions. And I know sometimes people can get caught up in, abusive relationships and manipulation and mind control. So I feel like, again, but there's so many times where you can be in relationships like that, but still be fully aware that your partner, your person, your friend is hurting other people. And if you just sit around and watch that and don't say anything about it, like that almost makes you as bad. And I feel like a lot of you are the type to say something if someone's doing something bad. But not only that, you're also the type to walk away. You're not just going to sit and watch it happen. Like if you have a friend or you're dating somebody, they are a representation, can't talk today, guys, of who you are, right? So I'm picking up on a message today that, there's definitely somebody who's having this really intense tower moment because they are seeing you through new eyes, or God is helping this person see you through new eyes because they have chose the wrong path and they're getting kind of like a last shot here to see things clearly. But that's going to require this person taking their ego out of the mix too. Because oftentimes the people that get sucked into these negative, low vibrational energies are people that also are struggling with their own darkness too. And there's going to be situations where people love you, but they're still a tad bit jealous of you. Or people do honestly believe in your gifts, but they're jealous that you have them and they don't, right? And they're struggling with their ego. And oftentimes they want you to be wrong so that they can feel better than you or in control of the situation, right? So there's somebody here who's basically dealing with an ego battle. Like their heart and their soul knows deep down that you were genuine and tried to help them, but they decided to choose a path that was just not the right one. And again, maybe you're gonna see this person pop up or see signs about them. The main message today was that like you really do piss off narcissistic people, but you always end up winning because you remove yourself from this situation. And that's exactly what you did here. Even if you don't consider this person narcissistic, they must have made a choice to relate themselves or immerse themselves in people that were. And you become like the people that you're around. Even if you're in a situation where you're like the good person and you're with a toxic person, you're going to naturally become toxic because you're going to be defending yourself or being argumentative or whatever. And I feel like my people out there, I'm not saying that any type of disruption or disagreement is narcissistic. If anything, relationships have their ups and downs, but it's all about two people acknowledging the fact that everybody makes mistakes and we're all here to grow. And that's another thing I want to say too, because some of you guys often feel like the bad person just because you have moments where you were less than perfect. But the crazy thing is that these people can get away with doing whatever, but the moment you guys slip up, they want to hold it under a microscope, right? Just to tarnish your name and just to tarnish your reputation. But if you hold under a microscope the things that they've done, they wouldn't like that very much. So again, there's someone here who's very focused on you and they have not let go of the connection with you because basically they miss you. And I also feel like the choice that they made after your connection ended with them has something to do with their ego and them wanting to kind of spite you a little bit. But if people want to get revenge on you and betray you, they're only really hurting themselves because they lost somebody that genuinely wanted to see them win and succeed. But there's going to be situations where people are hurt and then this narcissistic and toxic person around them is able to get through to them or get in their head. Like especially when people are not at their best or strongest or when they're at their loneliness, that's when these energies and people can attach themselves onto other individuals. So I feel like somebody is fighting a spiritual battle here and maybe you guys are feeling it too as well. So continue to pray, cord cut, cleanse, continue to just persevere, do what you can. I know it's not easy, but again, I'm just here to tell you guys you are doing a good job and help you make sense of some of these energies and situations you go through. It's really interesting though, because a lot of you just don't quite understand. Like you're trying to love somebody, you're trying to be kind to them, you're trying to help them, but it's like they just have this block where it could be their ego or it could be just so many other things triggering them not to hear you. And I feel like the best thing you could do in these situations is just to walk away. And that's exactly what you guys did in this situation that I mentioned here. I feel like there is a situation here that's revolving around another person that really went overtime in trying to make sure someone did not be with you or spend time with you. And I feel like time has passed and this person has realized that they made the wrong choice because it's like all the things that people want to say about you that are bad, it's like these people are doing that but worse. And it's just crazy how I think when people really love someone, they tend to kind of criticize them more. And I think that's just the case here. Like you guys are so full of love and you have this light to you that it makes people hyper fixated on you. And that's why you guys can't get away with things the way other people can. And another thing is that you guys are very loved and divinely protected by God and your angels. So whenever you do make a wrong move or go down the wrong path, you get corrected and redirected. Some of these situations, these people perceive as you just turning around and walking away, but really it was God guiding you out of that situation and helping you guys stick up for yourself. And there's so many situations where you guys were seen as the villain when you really were just defending yourself and speaking a truth that certain people weren't ready to hear. So again, just because you are moved past a certain environment doesn't mean these people have moved past you. And I feel that you guys are elevating right now. And there's a certain energy that is just so triggered and they want to reach out to you, I'm hearing. But I feel like a lot of you are not going to give this person time of day, or this has already happened and you're going to realize that you made the right choice moving away from this individual. And I feel like a lot of you, because you want to see people win, you're going to be upset at the fact that this person has not chose better for themselves. It's kind of funny. Like I'm a type of person that if I'm in a friendship or a relationship with somebody, I'd rather see them moved on and happy than see them stuck or even in a worse situation. But there's some people out there that they wish these things upon you. Like they want you to suffer or fail or to be wrong because they don't want you to be right about the things that you criticize them about. So just know that a lot of this comes from ego. Like some of you don't believe this person loves or cares about you because of what they've turned into. But again, unfortunately, people have a choice and they can let the dark overtake them or they can overcome it. And people with narcissistic traits, they don't know the difference because of the fact that they can't take accountability. So every time they feel an uncomfortable emotion, they automatically assume that they're right. And again, everybody has their issues. Everyone has their problems. I'm not saying you guys are perfect, but in this scenario, you were made to feel like you were the wrong or bad person when you were just protecting yourself and your intuition was going off about something that wasn't right and you were right about it. So don't let anybody project or gaslight you into basically apologizing for things that you didn't do wrong. And I'm sure you did it a lot in this relationship, in this connection. And it's crazy because a lot of these situations are situations where you were helping these people and then they turned against you or got mad at you for it. But people will resent you because you're in a position to help them and they're not in that position. There's so many people out there that they're so narcissistic that they think that they deserve to be the one giving the advice and helping everyone, but yet they're leeching off other people, yet they need you more than you need them. So again, just kind of take your emotions out of it and look at it factual. Like, if someone is really down bad, like, I would just take it where it comes, right? Because if you're seeing people elevate and doing well, then they wouldn't really be focusing on what you're doing, basically, right? If they went off to do something really successful with their life and just were happy, then we wouldn't be having this message here today. We'd be happy for them, right? So yeah, we got this direction. Yeah, honestly, it's just people are kind of mad that you're not paying attention to them either, that you're unbothered. You're just an enigma. Like, that's what I was hearing today. Your energy is an enigma. Like, people can't put their finger on who you are, what you're doing, what your intentions are, and it's because you're just moving in a way where you're moving towards your purpose, you're speaking your truth, and you're listening to God, your angels, and you're just trying to protect yourself. And again, people don't get to decide how you react when you're protecting yourself from energies that are coming at you, right? And I feel, again, like, you've been in a lot of situations where people have tried to trigger you, and I feel that you are learning when this is happening so that you can kind of take a step back and reground yourself. We got desire and attraction. Yeah. Another thing as well, like, a lot of people still have strong attraction to you guys. Even the past, like, you can have past lovers that claim that they hate you, but and the truth is that they're still highly attracted to you in a way where I'm not going to say, but it's because of your energy. So again, I would just be careful, you know, with rendezvousing with past people, just because it can kind of like reattach those cords, especially for my people out there who do get attached. Like, if you do fall back in situations where you have done that, just continue to pray, cord cut, cleanse, you know, have God help you with that soul tie. Like, you're doing a good job still. Like, everybody makes mistakes, but I am saying, like, be careful with that, because yeah, I kind of like with this snake energy here. It's like, you see how the snake's like wrapped around this woman? It's kind of like that. Like, people want to like wrap their energy around yours and like suffocate it and use it for their own benefit. And it's a spiritual thing, because you guys are my light workers and my healers. So again, you are breaking free of these chains and of these energies, but sometimes they're going to try to sneak back up on you. And some of this is energetic. That's why when these people do pop up and reveal themselves in one way or another, like maybe someone slipped up while stalking you, or maybe someone actually did call you and then hang up, like, they're showing that they're thinking about you more than you even realize. And that can help you guys kind of validate, you know, pushing away these energies when you're doing your prayers. But yeah. Honestly, I know it can be really annoying, but we can kind of laugh at the fact that, like, people are just so mad at you guys just doing you, like, because they're just pathetic, really. Like, they're not happy with themselves, not happy with their lives, and it doesn't matter, male or female. Like, you got men who want to be you if you're a woman, you got women who want to be you if you're a man, because you're just popping like that, and people want to be in your shoes, they want to be in your energy, but they don't want to do the work to be able to be a good person for you, or to be in your life, because it's easier for them to hate on you than it is to be around you because of their ego. So again, I'm just saying, for a lot of you guys, even though you love people, they can have a bit of an ego problem. And yeah, you're here. Okay, so what I'm hearing is that you're not a heartbreaker, you're an ego breaker. And unfortunately, those things kind of feel like the same thing to some of these people out there. And yeah, obviously when people get their heart broken, it's going to feel like a combination of both, because your ego is going to be rejected. But, you know, when you have love for someone, you also have to mourn that relationship not working out. But there are straight up some people where you could just tell, like, that most of it is just ego. They're mad that they don't have control over you anymore. They're mad that they're not more powerful than you, or more successful than you, or they're mad that their attempts to slow you down or stop you, or they're mad that you don't feel the same way about them, or that you don't want to be with them, whatever. But a lot of that is ego. Like, a lot of people, if they look back at it, you still were so genuine with them, even if your situation with them didn't work out. You know, despite arguments or having issues within the connection, like, your heart was in the right place. And God is helping people see that so that they can get out of their ego and actually reflect upon some of the really bomb-ass advice that you gave these people throughout the course of their connection, because you helping people didn't really benefit you. Some of these people were like down bad worse than you guys were, you know, throughout the course of your relationship with them. So what did you have to gain from this situation? Like, I feel like as soon as you guys realized that something was fishy, like, you were out of there. And it's like, yeah, because you're not there for your own benefit, but you are trying to protect yourself. We got cunning and stealth. And I feel that also, you guys are a lot more intelligent than people think too. Again, people have these preconceived notions about others that like to help people. Like, there are narcissistic people out there who feel like it's foolish of you guys to even want to help people because that's the way they view the world. But you do it because this is what fulfills you guys. And also, I feel that there has been so many situations where people have been so grateful for the kindness that you have done for them. I'm also feeling that you have broken people's egos because you also help people see whether or not they like it or not. They are not as smart as they think that they are. Because if they were, they wouldn't be in some of these positions that they're in. So yeah, you are way smarter than somebody, believe it or not, I'm hearing, because of the fact that you just, okay. Basically, guys, it's kind of a situation where somebody wants to have an intellectual debate with you, but deep down, they're not trying to hear your opinion. They just want to go back and forth. They want to argue. So you win the debate by walking away from it, basically. Like, you outsmart them because you're thinking they're not trying to debate me to come to some kind of agreement or to hear my perspective. They want to defeat me. They want to win over me. And I'm not going to give them the attention, because when people can't defeat you, they're going to try to distract you. When people can't be with you, they're going to try to drain you. When people can't have you the way they want you, they're going to try to paint a narrative of you that just isn't the truth. And you're not going to give them more of your energy or more of your ammo. So you guys are realizing there's certain situations where people have set you up to maybe even argue with them, and you just walked away from them. So good job, guys. I know there's going to be times that calls for you to speak your truth, but when you do that, you say what you need to say and you walk out of there. You're not trying to go back and forth. You're not trying to be heard. No more of that. I feel like you guys have been caught up in so many situations where you want someone to hear you because you care about them and you want them to be better. But if they choose to just use your words against you and drain the heck out of you, there's just nothing else you can do about it. And yeah, you've won by just walking away, by not engaging in these energies, in these behaviors. We got choices and decision. I always like to emphasize here too on this channel, because a lot of you guys do love predictions, but I always say this: God gave us free will, and it's not my place to tell you guys what's going to happen, but sometimes I will get insight based upon the fact that people who are narcissistic or toxic, they're actually very predictable. And the reason is because they're stuck in a pattern. You guys are not predictable because you often choose whatever it is that's best in that moment, not based upon your ego, not based upon your patterns. Like, you guys are here trying to break patterns. So even in the past, if you acted a certain way, you took a step out and you acknowledged it and you elevated, and now you're moving in a different way. And that's why people can't put their finger on you or even prove people wrong, because there's people who try to say, oh, I know this person, they're gonna end up doing this. And you don't do it. You do the complete opposite. And that shocks people. But again, I always say this, these people are predictable. Like, they really are. And I do believe that people can change, but there's certain types of people that you can just kind of feel and sense that there has been no change in them. Especially with this new elevation you guys are going through. A lot of you guys are stepping into even stronger spiritual gifts. You could just almost smell and see off their energy, that they haven't been doing the work. It's crazy. Let me know below if you guys have experienced this, because I definitely have. Just by looking at someone, I could tell in their energy what's going on with them. And again, a lot of these gifts that you guys are stepping into or have could be really scary, but when you have people making you second guess it, again, I also want to say this as well. Some of these gifts are not there for you to go tell somebody, hey, yeah, you fell off. Don't do that. But it's for your own sake of knowing, yeah, that person is still stuck in that bad addiction pattern, whatever. And it's best I stay away from that, right? So you could use your knowledge of predicting people's habits and behaviors to your own benefit to stay away from that. Because if you know somebody has a tendency to trigger you in a certain way, you can move away from that. And that's exactly what you guys are doing. So you got some people going in overdrive, trying to get a reaction from the old version of you, so that could say, aha, yeah, I could tell you're still the same you. Yeah, I knew you still cared about me, or I knew you still this and that. And the truth is that, yeah, you cared, but you don't care enough to feed their ego or give them attention. So yeah, you guys may have noticed people have tried to trigger you, and it's not always obvious. It could be just, trying to get your attention and pulling back energy, breadcrumbing, coming back and then disappearing, trying to get you to chase them. And you're not doing any of that. As hard as it is sometimes, you guys want to get the answers. Oh, why did this person hit me up and not say anything? Oh, why are they unfollowing me? No, they know what they're doing. They're trying to get your attention. If they had something to say to you, they could say it, right? So, yeah. Some of these people really need to man up, woman up, and just be someone of integrity. And unfortunately, when you're a real and authentic person, you're going to piss people off because you're saying and doing things that don't make people comfortable. And fake people, they know how to immediately make people feel good in front of them. I always tell you guys this, but the worst betrayals I've been through and the fakest people I've ever met were the people that gassed me up to my face. Like, people, oh, you're doing so great, and I'm a big fan, oh, good for you. But behind closed doors, it was a whole different animal. So it's kind of crazy, you know, once you really heal yourself, you become immune to like people's flattery, like you become immune to, you know, love bombing, and friends can love bomb too, guys, like it happens. And narcissistic people are also susceptible to this more than anybody else. So if you think they're winning and succeeding, they're not, because they care too much. People think they're stuck in bad habits. They're, you know, and unfortunately, you know, some people just destroy everything around them and move on to the next victims. But that's not going to be you guys. You're just moving on because you want to find better for yourself. And again, you guys don't need anyone or anything to leech off of. You regenerate your energy just on your own. And I also feel like you guys could make money on your own if you're self-employed. All these are signs that you are someone of value. So don't waste time with people that are still, you know, living off of other people's energy, living off of other people's money, you know, whatever, right? And you guys know what I mean when I say that. There's a difference between, you know, someone living with someone and working as a team versus someone mooching off of somebody. And it's like these mooches got free time on their hands, you know, basically. So that's kind of what I'm seeing here, you know. And whoever came to mind when I said that, you know, because it's crazy how, especially, and I always like to point this out, if you know someone's in a situation where someone has taken them in and helped them get on their feet and they have nothing but bad things to say about that person, that's crazy. It says a lot about their character. And yeah, interesting enough, like you guys could have been that person where you're like, are you kidding me, right? Like, you're not going to bite the hand that feeds you. Like, and people are like complaining, you know, that nothing's going well in their life. And when God hands them the directions, they don't listen. And I'm not saying you guys are the one that hands it to them, but you could definitely give them a little break from whatever they're going through so that they can see clearly, and they don't want to do that. So yeah. It's not, I feel like somebody's having this aha moment because it's not really a last chance for your relationship with them. They need to let go of that because that's never going to happen again. It's a last chance for them to really see things through healed set of eyes, basically, that you are somebody that is a gem that is leading people to success. Like, where you go, things flourish, and they need to see that where they have gone, things are not flourishing. So either they're the problem or someone around them is. And again, like, it doesn't mean that you guys always are constantly trying to prove yourself or need to do that. It just means that you're constantly on a path of spiritual growth and development. And people definitely look up to you guys, okay? And people are not always going to tell you that. So again, just brush it off. I'm hearing these haters want my body. What is that? I haven't heard this song in a while, but yeah. They hated what they broke, though. Okay, yeah. Oh my gosh, what a throwback. They're hating what they broke, though. That's so true. Oh my God. It's so true. How can you hate from outside the club? You can't even get in, okay? I'm hearing all that stuff. It's funny. True. Look, we got the Page of Swords here. Big stalker energy, okay? So, yeah, guys, if you feel called to kind of slow down on posting certain things or saying certain things or showing up certain places, you know, go ahead and do that. But I always want to say this, like, it's a balance between persevering and still doing what you need to be doing. Like today, I was feeling it, guys, and I was like, I want to get this message out, and it was really hard to get started. But sometimes once I really start, like I get that like second push. So, you know, trust yourself, guys, because I know you guys have so many goals and things you want to accomplish. And when you're truly exhausted, give yourself time to rest. But there are certain times where like you're genuinely just being like drained by people's energy, and you could push through and get the job done. And I think that's all you guys have been doing. Like, I like to remind you guys that, you know, even though you're not paying attention, you got people watching. And you know what, more views, good for you guys, okay? But I know it could be fairly annoying because you're like, I blocked these people, but they can find their other ways around, you know, looking you up. There's somebody here who feels like you have something that they deserve or want. They're jealous of you. I'm hearing trust if your pet doesn't like somebody as well. Some of you guys out there. Oh, that's tea. I'm hearing somebody here at a situation where they thought they like wanted you to act like a wife, but they weren't a husband. So again, to my people out there, you've been married before, or it's metaphorical. Like some of you have been in relationships where you just are the full deal, like you're doing everything, and there's people out there that they want you to kind of follow a traditional role, but they're not fulfilling their part of the role. And even for my men out there too watching, like whether you date men or women, doesn't matter. But you know, for my men out there, like maybe you are ready to get married, and they're at a situation where somebody just wasn't. And sometimes like you just gotta accept that someone's not ready to move on to that next level in their life, Yes, I'm hearing for my men and women out there watching, you could have been married before or been in situations where basically people wanted you to act like a wife or a husband when they didn't deserve that, and you realized that you were doing too much for someone that didn't appreciate it. So good for you for walking away. And yeah, I have to say this too, I do date men, and a lot of times they have a hard time seeing that they're not always husband material, or at least like what I want as a husband. And yeah, I feel like when it comes to forever in a relationship, I think it's really important to be on the same page. And yeah, I do feel like you guys have a spiteful person here that you just happen to just reject. And unfortunately, like, people don't see their actions as the reasons why they're rejected, especially people with big egos who are used to getting what they want or the attention that they want. They could have one thing going for them that makes people want to be around them. But here's the thing. There is somebody here who just wasn't used to being told no, and it basically triggered them, and they want to talk badly about you guys. But I don't think anybody is really paying attention. I actually hear that there's people around this individual that kind of like the way you rejected them because they wish they had the balls to stand up to this person the way that you did. Funny enough, like you said what needed to be said. People see you as fearless because, again, there's people out there that they have gotten what they wanted out of life just by being a bully or being very loud or being very convincing. And again, like, I feel like there's somebody here who just, they wanted to be in a relationship with you, but they were not giving husband at all. Like, and it was an energy of, oh, I get to do whatever I want, but you got to do what I want. And that's just not going to fly here. It's not. And I feel that, you guys already know what you deserve. So keep up the good work. And again, that could be reversal of genders for my men out there watching too. By the way, guys, I do have a promotion going on for the rest of my decks that I was selling. I'm doing mystery boxes. So if you guys want to check that out, some of the decks that I am using today are going to be in there. And you guys can also follow me on Instagram, Queen Alice Love, for updates on everything I have going on, because I don't always upload on here, but this is definitely my most consistent channel. Anyway, guys, back to the message. Just have to say that. Also, check out my Patreon if you guys love what you see here. Okay. The Five of Cups and okay. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's just crazy. There's somebody here who's giving they're giving narcissistic. They're giving big ego, because it's like, look at this way this man has two women on, this man has 2 women on his arm, but it's sad that you're not there with him. It's like, no, I don't want to join your, I don't know what I'm going to call that. Okay. So nothing good. So that's what I'm seeing you guys kind of like. I don't want to be part of this, whatever it is you have going on here. And yeah, it's just like you guys naturally just getting the ick when someone just isn't acting right. And I love that for you guys, because that's what healing is. It's like, I'm no longer attracted to this because this is not what I want. Like, I know what God has planned for me, and this definitely is not it. I'm just coming through, speaking my truth, and I'm out of here. I'm not going to be hard on myself. I feel like some of you guys are hard on yourself because you get yourself in situations like, well, how did I even get in this mess? But sometimes you're truly just brought into situations for learning, for growth, or to be that person to speak up. So just trust that. You are that guy, you are that girl. Someone's crying over the fact that you don't want to be with them, but it's just crazy because their way of doing it is to try to talk badly about you. But the way that they're talking about you is making people realize, like, oh yeah, this person got them good. Look how much they're in their feelings, man. That is so funny. Yeah, you come up with this Queen of Swords. Yeah, you definitely told someone the truth. They did not like that, okay? But anyways, you're getting what you want, guys, and you know that. So there's just this energy here of being at peace, knowing that you may not get what you want from someone that you thought you were going to get it from or wanted it from, but you're going to get it somewhere else, because you know that, every season of your life, there's a reason for it. And again, no matter what it is in life, whether it's friendship or love, there's going to be new people coming in to take the place of the people that just aren't it. And I think it's crazy because some of these narcissistic people, they come into your life because there is something to be said or learned about them. Like, if they can constantly find replacements or people to use and abuse. Like, you guys could definitely find better people in your life too. Like, let them be inspirational, because some of these narcissist people are really relentless, like in the way that they go hard, just trying to prove themselves and continue on in their toxic path. But one thing is for sure, they never let go of their obsession with you, where, you know, you guys are just kind of like just doing your thing. Because that's what healing is. You know, when someone is unhealed, that's when they end up, you know, obsessing over things that are done and over with. I want to be the best, a family member. Interesting. Maybe somebody had a toxic family or a toxic family member, or some of you guys do have a family member around you that loves and supports you too. If you do that, if you do have that, then definitely, you know, tell that person you love them. I feel like you guys have like family, friends that really love you with the 10 of Pentacles there. Your looks, a lot of you guys are glowing up. People are obsessed with you guys lately, the way you look, the way you're glowing, the way you're shining. Scapegoat, I take my anger out on the wrong people, okay? So, yeah, there's somebody here who basically took their anger out on you when there was a whole lot of toxicity going on around them. And I think sometimes that happens even with people with spiritual gifts, because you're absorbing all this energy and you don't know where it's coming from. Then you're angry and you're lashing out on the first person in front of you. So I feel like a lot of you guys have kind of become aware of that too. I actually feel like some of the most dangerous narcissistic people are people with spiritual gifts, because they're really able to connect with you on a deep level, and it feels like a soulmate, but it's really not, you know? A lot of people also do have like abilities to use their energy in ways where a lot of this is energetic. So you guys have had some soul ties with some pretty intense, strong personalities. But again, you got your sword up and you're ready to fight if you need to. Like, I feel like, again, she got her shield up, so that's your spiritual protection. And then the sword, like, you're ready to speak your truth if you need to. And that's where I feel like you guys have your power back here, because it's like people actually don't want to make one wrong move, because you do have so many people that watch you and look out for you in this physical reality. I'm not even talking about God and your angels, but God and your angels too. And some of these people are figuring out real quick that you are very divinely protected. So if they make one wrong move against you, they're going to get karma. And it's definitely a lot of people's karma season here. I'm obsessed with you. Guys, what did I say? Someone around me wants us to break up. Yeah, so there's somebody here who definitely let somebody else influence an ending between the two of you. And honestly, that could have been a very painful situation. I feel like betrayal can come in so many different ways too, guys. I feel like some of my people out there, you've stayed in relationships because that person didn't cheat, but yet they triangulated you with family members or friends. And narcissistic people could do that too. They don't always have to be like serial cheaters. I think that's something that is a misconception, because I've definitely seen some like communal narcissists, and they're trying to get validation from like friends and family community. So they wouldn't actually do anything like cheating, because they know how bad that would look for them if they got caught doing that, and they think they're better than that. But that doesn't give them an excuse to abuse you in other ways, or use other people and involve other people into your relationship, right? So I feel like, you know, other people's lack of boundaries could have affected their relationship with you. But again, if somebody is bringing someone else into the scene to fight you too, like, that's crazy, right? Because a relationship could be between two people. Choice. Yeah, you chose someone else maybe over somebody else because you saw the path with that person had too many obstacles, or you chose to just, you know, seek other options, or choose yourself. The Queen of Swords there. And I see for some of my people who have been like married or in long relationships with people, or almost like a marriage, like, you're spent. Like, you definitely don't want to overextend yourself. So you've got people telling you maybe that you're bitter, or that you're like, that you don't know what you're talking about, but you've been there and done that. So yeah, don't let anybody who hasn't experienced the things that you have, or learned the things that you've learned, try to convince you that you're wrong, to uphold your standards and your opinions about things. And a lot of you guys out there, if not all of you, have accepted the fact that you'd rather be alone than around the wrong people, because you know how much it destroys your mind, your soul, your body, and your spirit. But God, you know, for my singles out there, God is preparing the right person for you, so be ready for that. I just feel like also, if you are single right now, that means you're needed other places. You know, I feel sometimes a relationship is just a new chapter that involves so much responsibility, where your life is now focused on the other person. And I feel like if you're single right now, that can mean that you're meant to really spread your wings and fly another direction. And if you're in a relationship right now too, you know, then obviously you're doing that as well with your partner. Like, you know, but this message is for my people out there. You know, even if you're in a relationship, you could have suffered from this type of relationship, friendship, family dynamics in your past. It doesn't have to be romantic. I mean, I sense from my married people out there have some exes still obsessed with them. and you're just not gonna like give it time of day, you know? You don't even want to give it time of day. I don't trust you. Video games can be significant too as well. Sit your ass down. It's my turn. You always stand back and watch others shine. Why can't they do the same? Your glow up got a hater. And even your loved ones are a little jealous. Okay, wow. So you guys are glowing up and looking good, and people got to take a step back and allow you to shine. You're in a season right now where you're really realizing that you have self-sacrificed for so many people, wanted others to win, all while struggling yourself and still getting the job done. So now is your time to shine and, you know, enjoy your life. And if people have a problem with that, they can really just like, they can, I don't know, I just don't want to say anything really inappropriate today, guys, because I got no patience for these people. And I do feel like a lot of you already had interactions where a past person tried to come back and they were shook at the fact that you don't even really leave any like space for this person to basically come back in your energy field and shake things up. Like, and again, if these people are playing games with you, it's because they're not getting the reactions that they want. So don't give it to them, guys. Numbers 222-277, 122-205 could be significant. We got communication, passion, union, courting man, control. Okay. All right. Interesting. Oh, I see what's going on here. Somebody told somebody like some misinformation about you, and they're having a tower moment because it ended up being wrong. And I don't know why this person's having a tower moment right now, but it's probably because somebody had gotten in their ear so much that they just kind of took that as truth, especially if that person was upset or mad at you. But something has came out, or they found something out that ended up being, yeah, untrue. They were allowing this person to feed them lies about you, and like they have no one to blame but themselves, basically, for being a dummy. Like, if anything, like that's really what's going on here. Like, why would someone just blindly believe something someone else says? I don't know. But again, you guys are my light workers and my healers. So you basically were born into this world questioning the world around you. But some people actually just believe the things that people say to them, because why would they lie? Because people have agendas. I mean, I feel like you guys have been shocked too when people lie to you, because you don't see the benefit in that. But people lie to create the results that they want. And some people just lie to be chaotic because they're a little like sociopathic. Honestly, guys, you would literally send your brain to a spiral trying to figure out the whys people do what they do. Like, I mean, I do enjoy like analyzing people. I love doing like the pick a cardings, like what's up with this person, what's going on in their head. Like, I'm the first person to try to sit down and try to analyze, but sometimes the answer is simple. Like, these people are simple, or they're just egotistical or confused, right? Like they have problems. Like, that's really the answer. Like, why are they acting like that? Because they're dumb. Like, that's why. Like, that's all there is to it. Like, somebody definitely let someone get in their head here, and I hate to diss someone here, but like, it's the truth, because smart people don't let people manipulate them, especially out of things they want out of life. And somebody wanted you, committed to you, and they let someone else talk them out of it. Yeah, wow. I know my people out there, and it takes a lot for people to convince you guys out of what it is that you want out of life. Like, you know, you're gonna go and get what you want. You're my people. Why did you leave? If I can't have you, no one else can. I'm seeking revenge. Oh, please. I'm talking about you to others. You better not. Love will keep us together. That's what you call love? I'm playing games on purpose. Yeah, we know. I already clocked that. I think you're out of my league, but obviously. I'm sure you heard it, okay? I'm afraid of getting close to people. That's not an excuse. See, guys, I have a little commentary, because it's like, you see this person, like, what they're going through, like, how their brain works a little bit. Like, somebody still thinks that you're, like, their soulmate. And it's like, yeah, you can still have a connection with somebody, but it doesn't mean you get to walk all over them. And some people think that, like, because you didn't blindly stick by them through their nonsense and other people's nonsense, that you didn't care about them. And that's just so dumb, because that's not what love is. Love is loving yourself enough to walk away from somebody and not enable their bad behaviors. That's all you were doing here. And someone was mad that just really couldn't control you, I think. And that could have been the trigger of all of it. Crazy enough. If you let me, I'll take care of you. Okay, what? My intention to be selfish at times. See, guys, this is what I'm talking about here. This is somebody who is manipulative, because it's like they're saying, I'll take care of you, but their intentions are selfish, right? And, you know, that's the thing, like, especially even on, like, you know, when I do, when I answer some of you guys' questions, or, you know, I help a lot of my friends or people in passing, you know, when they talk to me about their problems, and, you know, I'm always, like, trying to help people. And one of the biggest things that, like, kind of, like, make me question, like, okay, I'm not going to talk badly on anybody that's struggling, but it's like, a lot of times, like, especially when I talk to women and they're saying, oh, well, they said that, like, they loved me and they said that they wanted to be there for me and this and that. I'm like, yeah, they're saying that to get what they want out of you. Like, it's just like sometimes people spiral because they take the words that someone says to them and they take it as gospel, but actions speak louder than words. And basically that's kind of what it is. Like, again, not everybody has that gift of discernment, right? And not everybody, but even if you don't, like, you have to look at people's actions and the way you feel around them, not just what they're saying to you. So someone could come in and love bomb and say whatever to you, but over time, that's when their true character comes out. Someone could say, oh, I want to take care of you, but this and this and this is in the way. But until they do it, they're not doing it, right? So there's plenty of people out there who have mastered the art of not giving you what you need, but painting it as a pretty picture, or just making it as, this is who I am. But okay, but that doesn't mean they get to have you then. So there's somebody here, they can't give you what you need, and so you're walking away from them. But I do see here that somebody here is going to try to make a comeback. And again, some of you who are in a relationship or something like that, I hope it's not an ex, but I do feel that this message can be for a friendship, or it could be for a family member. It doesn't matter. You guys are trying to keep cool with people. Just keep your intuition blinders up. That's all I'm going to say about that, because someone's going to come in strong here. And the hardest part is they genuinely do care for you. They just are not right for you because they're not doing right by you. And you can love somebody to the point where it hurts, but it's going to hurt more if you allow this energy back into your life. So, yeah, I'm just seeing that somebody here, I still love you, I'm sorry. Yeah, somebody is still going to be like telling you they love you, they want to come back, but it's going to hurt you because basically they are aware that they can't give you what you need or what you want, and they listen to the fact that you want certain things and you're not getting it, but yet they still want to be around you for their own needs because it makes them feel good, but they don't care about how that makes you feel. So that's selfish. That's not love. There's going to be times in your life, believe it or not, that people walk away from you because they know they're not good for you, even if they love you. And you've had situations like that too, I'm sure. But again, everybody wants to kind of paint like love in some kind of box when it really isn't. It's an insult to be around somebody that you can't treat right, but it's also sometimes a compliment to walk away from them then, and that can hurt you guys. But I feel like this could have been the reversal. Like, you guys walked away from this person because you knew that you weren't happy in this connection, and it hurt them for you to walk away from them, but that's what you needed to do. They need to grow the F up. Yeah, I'm angry at you. And I think this person's going to come in all calm and charming, but deep down, they still harbor some resentment. So this could be going on for some of you guys too. Some of you guys may be wanting to leave a relationship because you're relating to like what's going on right now here. And just because someone says sorry and they love you doesn't make it better, doesn't make it right. Abundance and luck. Love and new love. I'm telling you guys right now, there's abundance of love everywhere you go. And I think sometimes we can get caught up in these soul tie connections where we're just like back and forth with people and we're not getting our needs met. And you just got to take a step outside of that and not focus on it and realize there's a whole world out there full of options and new people for you to meet, love, relationship, friends, family, whatever, right? Obviously, like, I never say like, you know, family is family, but I think for some of you guys who have some difficult connections with family members, you just know how to use your, you know, just how to use your boundaries there, you know, but like a lot of you kind of know how certain people are, so you refuse to give them too much information or let them too close to your energy because it can wreak havoc on your energy field. And a lot of these people, they're just unhealed because they just choose not to listen and be better. And that's on them, guys. It's like, this is the end of feeling sorry for people who are seriously destroying you by just being reckless with their energy because they want what they want and they don't care how that affects you. We got loyalty changes, evil eye, control and change, right? And there's a lot of people out there who are going to claim they love you, but try to control and change you. And again, just because someone has some boxes checked off or they have some good qualities doesn't mean that you get to put up with the bad, like basically. And yeah, everybody has their bad sides, but this is not what I'm talking about. You guys have ran a cycle with somebody, and for whatever reason, they're realizing that they let other people affect their relationship with you. But it was to the point where that really hurt you guys, and you don't need to keep running through that, because at the end of the day, if they allowed somebody to get in their head, that means that seed of doubt was already there. Because if they were so sure about you and that they loved you, they wouldn't allow these energies to affect you. And if they just don't have the strength or the independence or the discernment to protect you or your energy, then they're not the person for you. God is going to give you guys somebody who knows what's up just the way that you guys do, and is willing to, have conversations with you about what they're feeling and experiencing, not other people. And also, I'm seeking revenge. We don't like people that, just are automatically switched to revenge the moment they don't get what they want, or switch over to start talk badly about you with people that don't like you because it feeds their ego, right? And there's no trusting that. So again, the situations are going to vary, guys, but it's just that you're stepping out and shining. And I think you guys continue to do you. You're doing a great job. And that's basically my message I have for you guys today. The main thing I was hearing was that you're pissing off these narcissistic people because you're just doing you, and they can't have you. They can't control you. They can't change you. And frankly, you do not care what they think about you, but they care a whole lot what you think about them. So yeah, a lot of people are fixated on getting their relationship back with you because they want you to see them in a better light that you guys left off in. But the only way that would happen if they actually fixed themselves, right? But people don't want to do that. People don't want to do that. Some people do, people don't, but most people, no. Especially when you already ran the course a bunch of times, or, sometimes people can change, but the damage has been done. And I feel like for this situation, the change was that this person realized what they lost, but the damage has been done. And if they could turn on you and flip the script so quickly, then why would you want to go through that again? And, yeah. But I feel like this situation was that somebody figured out that they were being led the wrong way and had this aha moment, but it's too late. If they really loved and respected you, they would have listened the first or second time around. I just see you guys being like, what do you want to certain people? Access denied. So that's the message I have for you guys today. And honestly, again, some of you guys are just having a hard time being at peace with some of these experiences that you've had with other people. But, if people betray you and hurt you and don't want to understand you, they're only doing a disservice to themselves. Because if you were truly as awful as they want to believe that you are, then why don't they just keep your name out of their mouth and just leave it alone? Why can't they just let you exist? And why do they constantly have to show back up or try to communicate or talk to you? It's like, hello, you're the one that wanted to be here. I didn't call you up. I didn't ask for anything, right? I feel like a lot of you guys, these people are sneaking on into your DMs or your messages or calling you up, and you're like, hello, what do you want? And yet they're going to turn it all around on you because they don't want to change. They just want your attention. So yeah, that's what I'm hearing. They hit them, but they broke though. Okay. That's what I'm hearing. And people can have money too and still just have a horrible mentality. There's certain people they think just because they have money, they could do whatever or treat people a certain way. And yeah, they can. If it works for them, it does. But those people are not going to be there for the most genuine reasons. And honestly, you guys are asking for probably emotional understanding and good communication and a loyalty over anything else. And unfortunately, if they're not capable of it, they don't deserve it back. Knight of Swords. When someone shows you who they are, believe them. Especially if it's multiple times. You guys could have somebody just driving by your house if they know where you live. I don't mean to scare some of you, but if that's possible or you sensed it or felt it, that's for you. But again, it's giving obsessed. It's giving broke and not having other things to do. No, I'm kidding. But anyway, let me see. And again, that's not to diss anybody struggling financially. We all go through things. This is more like people that want to criticize you in your life and what you're doing and put you down when they ain't really in the best of situations, you know? Yeah. You guys are up right now, so be careful for people that try to come back and maybe their intentions they think in their mind are good, but when they see that you're doing even better and even more well than where they left off with you, they can't help but to be angry about it because you're popping off, guys, okay? Continue to move on and move forward. That's the message I have for you guys today, you know? Past people's situations, like they missed their shot, you know? If they couldn't treat you with respect, then what you give is what you get. So, you know, they can keep hating from outside the club they can't get into. And I kind of see an imagery of someone like, oh, hey, so-and-so, can you get me in, you know? And they're like, were you treating me badly like a couple months ago? Nope, I'm good. Like, God is putting you guys in a position where, and you guys know me, OGs know that I always do the club metaphor because I think it's funny. But anyway, it could be in any situation. Like, someone hitting you up, can you help me with a job? Can you help me with this? Can you help me with that? You're like, are you for real right now? Last time we let off, you told me that I was never going to be anything, and now you're asking me for help? Like, please, you know? And that's kind of it, you know? You proving these narcissistic people wrong by doing you. And they want to call you up and ask you for help when they want to say all these horrible things about you. Yeah, not the one for that, right? Yeah, I just see you guys really just like kind of being a little bothered by this energy, seeing it for what it is, laughing at it and moving on. Okay, so that's much I have for you guys today. And honestly, I know it could really hurt that these people are just haters, but just think of it this way. You have something going on with you that people are just extremely jealous of. That means you're doing something right. And again, this is not delusional. You know, you're just focusing on you doing you. And it's crazy that, you know, this stuff is going on. But I feel like you guys just really focus on connections where you can be a team and work together and grow together. So if you don't feel that energy between somebody, if you get some weird energy and they're dragging you down, you have the right to walk away, and you don't deserve to have your reputation slandered or to be turned against just because you choose to walk away from somebody. If that's the behavior that a certain person did, they don't deserve a second chance. Hell no. You know, there's certain people you will agree, disagree, and go on your way, and or even, you know, become friends again in the future just because there's still love there. But there's certain friendships where, like, you were never really my friend if this is what you're saying and doing about me the moment things don't go your way, right, guys? So, or a relationship, right? So that's the message I have for you guys. And you're just kind of like, basically God is amping up your spiritual protection, but also your awareness of people so that, you know, when you get to this next level, you really are not letting some of these people back in, because they do have the tendency to be destructive when they don't get their way, and destructive in a very vengeful, manipulative way, not just a little crash out. You know, we all have our moments, right? We give people grace here on this channel. None of us are perfect. We're emotional beings, but there's serious people here that they're just sitting there brooding and plotting, and that is not our people, right, guys? So yeah, we're rebuking that energy, okay? So we're closing this year off with a bang. Thank you guys so much for tuning in today. Screw these narcissistic people. Keep putting them in their place by doing you and shining, proving them wrong, because the only thing that they want is your attention. They're not going to get it. And they want to be in your position. Not going to happen, even on their best day. And not only that, they want to basically stop you guys or distract you. And we're not going to allow that to happen either. And the hurtful part is the fact that some of these people you guys had a lot of love for and you were rooting for them. But unfortunately, when someone shows you who they are, believe them. Okay, guys? So I do hope you guys like that message. I love you guys. Subscribe if you are new here and you want to hang out some more. And yeah, hit the thumbs up if you made it to the end. I want you guys to comment below. I am thriving and moving on in my life, okay? So if you made it to the end, comment that below. I'll see you guys all next time. Bye.